Happy Friday, everybody. This is Brian Terrian. Thanks for joining our YouTube live session. Um, Today, I'm going to talk about Social Security disability benefits and working. Talk about like how much money you can make, what income counts, does it raise a flag if you're working and earning money? uh, will Social Security be more inclined to review your benefits, those type of information. So anything work and income related, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm doing this because I've been following the questions at the turn of the year about um, these related topics, and it appears to me that people are feeling a pinch financially because although you did get a 5.9% COLA increase, um, for those of you that are paying for your Medicare Part B premium, that went up from 148.50 to $170.10. So that's a big hit. But inflation is more than the COLA increase. Inflation is probably 6.2% now. So gallon of milk, not what it used to be. So hopefully this information will help you out. What I would like to know before we get started is if you could just put in the chat notes whether you're approved for disability or not. I know some of you have. I also would like to know if some of you are doing any type of work now. Like, are any of you currently doing work to supplement your disability, or maybe you're trying to get approved and you're thinking about doing some work and you want to know about that. So that would be helpful. Um, okay, great. So Joe, Clint, Jennifer, Happy Ron, Victoria, Kim, Melody, Dorothy, thank you for joining. If you're new here at one of these events, of course, welcome, welcome. We provide these events on topics to help you get your benefits, keep your benefits, maximize your benefits. Would encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching this live. Ring the bell so you get additional updates. And if you're not a member, we certainly would invite you to join us as a member at the Disability Digest. This is more of a shotgun approach. If for members that join us, they go through an evaluation when they start. Um, and we understand like where you live, what your income is, whether you're approved, not approved, what your conditions are, so we can help you get or maximize your benefits. Currently serving 173,000. So that's the disabilitydigest.com. So I'm just going to take a look here. Not approved yet, not working, wanting to do a little on SSDI. Okay. So what I'm going to do to start to kick the program off, I'm going to hit some of the highlights and I'm going to come back through these. And I see some of you have questions as well. So I'll address those. And if you see me wandering off over here, that's my crib notes are on another monitor. That's what I just want to make sure I cover these. But here's a few interesting questions that were on our YouTube channel. Um, this one's from Dawn. Why do they allow you to work and earn any money while on disability or when you apply for it? You're trying to prove that you can't work. I thought this was a really good question. Um, she says it seems contradictory. Well, yeah, I get that, but here's the situation. Whether you're trying to get your disability benefits approved or you're already approved and you want to do some work, the amount of work that you can do is limited. And the ceiling is not like you can work 40 hours a week and get your benefits. You can work generally 20 hours a week or less, and you can earn. Actually, I don't even know that figure. I'm going to find it for you. I know that if you're approved for disability benefits, it's 1350 this year, so $1,350 you can make and apply for your disability benefits, right? But once you're approved, just to make it simple, like Social Security does, there's another figure. It's $970. So first thing, I want to talk about those of you that are going through and trying to get approved, because I see some of you fall into that. And then I want to talk to those of you that are already approved. This is massively confusing for people. Um, and the key thing is to understand your number, whether you're trying to go through the process and get approved or approved. Um, if you're trying to get your disability benefits approved and you're earning up and around that $1,350 threshold, in my experience, and again, I've only been doing this just a little while, 17 years, and we have 172,000 people here. I'm being facetious. We see a lot of information. I haven't seen people that get approved that are earning like over $500. So yeah, they allow you the regulation, but those cases are really, really difficult to get approved. If you're under $500, you have a good case, you're doing that, it's more realistic that you can get approved. So just understand that it's a double-edged sword. The other thing is, if you're going through the approval process and you want to try to work, like, and you say, listen, maybe it's a seasonal job, I'm going to go do it and, have a go at it. Um, and you don't last like more than 30 days or maybe even up to 60 days, that could be used as evidence to prove that you can't work, as a failed work attempt. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, over to those of you that are approved for your disability benefits. Don't get confused by the other number. What people commonly do is they call Social Security and they'll ask how much money they can make, and they give them the 1350 number, but it's not that if you're approved, right? And this gets people into trouble, and here's why. If you stay below the allowed amount that you can make for your disability benefits, when you're approved for disability benefits, you can earn that amount, the same amount every month. It's $970. And the links to all of these regulations will be below this. They already are, actually. So that's not the world according to Brian. Look at the regulations. That's really the deal. So if you are $969 every month, you're fine. Um, that's the allowed amount. It's the regulation. Totally fine doing it. A few things to keep in mind. I've covered this in recent weeks in more in depth, so you can go back and look at the keys. But if you are doing and running a business on your own, um, the amount of money is your net after expenses. So for $970 a month, that would be all the income that you make less your expenses. If that's below the threshold, um, then you're within the allowed amount. All right. Okay. Ticket to work program, or as I call it, the ticket that doesn't work program. Um, Not many people do this, but what the ticket to work program is when you go over that allowed amount, you get into your trial work months. And your trial work months is you're allowed 9 months of earnings, can be whatever you want to make. And but after 9 months within a 60-month period, you've considered to be successfully migrated back into the working environment, right? So just be aware that, maybe you're age 64 and you want to take a few big months of earnings income, by 65, 66, you're going to be outside of the Social Security disability realm, because when you're full retirement, you're not subject to the disability rules. You're subject to the full retirement rules. Then you can do that. So those are a few things to keep in mind. Before I get on to the questions, again, for those of you that joined, thank you. We're talking about income, working, all that related topic here today. What income counts? The SGA, the substantial gainful activity, is tied to somebody putting an effort in to get money out, right? So if you're a dog walker, you're putting that time in to get money out. If you have a rental property that you maybe have to put an hour or two in, but you're getting money out, that's passive income. That doesn't count. So a job, an activity, that type of income counts towards your allowed amount. So just understand the difference. Like in insurance, residuals from insurance commissions, those don't count. I've interviewed people that are on this channel. They've gone through the disability approval process successfully with over $2,000 in insurance residuals monthly because it's passive income. It's incomes from something that this person did a while ago. Um, if anybody's supplementing their income and doing something out there, I'd be curious to know what it is. I don't need to know the details, but maybe you're buying and flipping, maybe you're a dog walker, maybe you're mowing lawns, maybe you're doing Uber, Lyft, something like that. Um, okay, so I'm going to hit some of the questions here that we have, and I'll start from the top. Let me just see if I can get a handle on this. Okay, just approved for SSI, waiting for your disability approval. That's encouraging. Um, my hearing is in a few weeks. All right, Happy Ron. I think your name is familiar. And we have a what to do and not to do for hearing preparation. So if you're a member, just reach out, send us an email. We'll get you set up on that. That'll help you make a difference. Um, okay. See a lot of questions. All right. A lot of questions that people starting the process and approved in 2000. Okay. So you're from Germany. Interesting. Welcome. Um, trying to get a job at a poker game room. Interesting. Good. Okay. Here's one. I thought I had to be out of work a year before getting approved. No, I mean, you can apply for disability the day that you're out of work. It's actually statistically favorable if you wait till like 5 months that you're out because your argument again is you're not able to work. And if you apply like the month that you're out of work, statistically, those cases just, from the work that we do and others that I know in this industry, they're hard to get approved. Yep. Um, Okay, I'm just looking through the questions. Bear with me. Independent travel agent, make handcrafted items. Good one. Day trading. Nice. Anybody doing any cryptocurrency? Lost my job, but I knew it was coming. Okay. I think a few tips that I have for people in my experience, and you know, I still interview and talk to in the work that I do 8 to 10 people a week, and I've been doing this for since 2006. So I've met a lot of individuals. If you're not working um, and you're here and you're thinking about it or listening to this, and maybe you're thinking, you know what, I'm just in such a state I can't work. Then I get it. But my message to peel it back a bit is to find something to do. Because mentally, what I found in people that we've worked with and kept in touch with, it's really difficult to sustain health, quality mental mindset if you don't have a purpose, action, something that you're doing. The remote, the clicker is a killer. So, and if you're looking at going back into to work and you're like, yeah, you know what, I want to do it. Where I see the Ticket to Work program not succeeding is that it's designed to have people to go from not working to working full time. I've seen what's worked, and most of this business has been run here by our members that are on disability. They work limited amount of time, shift work, things like that, is to gradually approach getting back into the workplace. And that gradually could be just doing things to start up the learning process again on your own. Maybe learning how to better use a Zoom room, or get your typing skills up, or using online Google documents that are like Word, Excel, and these are all free tools out there. Maybe start learning a language, getting the learning process going, and then you can transition even a step further into doing some volunteer work. There's centers for independent living that we frequently talk about, and these are organizations that are run by disabled. They do have paid positions, but they have many that are volunteer, that you can start there. And then it puts you on a schedule. You're getting some interaction with people. You have some degree of responsibility that's more in your area of control. And then you can escalate that. If you think you're ready to return to work, we partner with companies. One of them is NTI at Home. Um, and they focus on just working with people that are disability recipients and SSI recipients, to help them get back into work, shift work. They'll train you. Usually, you're taking inbound calls from like roadside assistance, IRS, different inbound calls like that, and helping people out. So, those are a few tips. Going back to school, that's a good one. I think that's a great thing to do if you can start taking some courses. I know others that have done that as well. Um, okay. Will you be reviewed if you're earning income? Yes, I did skip that one. Thank you for reminding. In my experience, I don't see any data that indicates that if you're earning below the allowed amount, that it raises a flag. I have not seen that. We've had members working here that are disability recipients since 2007, when Dennis Berry started. Um, and we have had one person reviewed since then, which is low. Usually it's like, 20% of the disability population is reviewed annually, like now. But we haven't had anybody that has had any challenges with the review. They haven't been called back. They haven't had their benefits turned off. Oh, I take that back. We had one person that had just joined us, and she joined us. She was 10 days that she had been working here, and she'd had her benefits turned off. But she hadn't. She just started. She hadn't even started earning any money. So I don't see that. I don't. I don't see a problem. Um, the key is this: if you follow the other directives that we provide, um, that you're being treated, you have conditions, and they're still limiting you from working full time, then you you shouldn't have a problem. Where most people get terminated from their benefits is they're not doing proper treatment. They're earning too much money. If you earn over the limit, that raises a flag. Okay. Um, Finding something to do is important. This is a question from Maria. I agree. I have annually, I put together a list of the top 10 things that members do to supplement their income, and I'm in the process of revising that and we'll launch it. But um, that may not have something on the list that is for you. Some of the other items that I just mentioned about volunteering, getting ready to get back into the workplace, that applies to everybody. But I would take a look at it this way: even if you're going through the approval process, I'd look at it as a setup time. Like, what is it that I want to do in the next phase, right? What is it that I like to do? Um, and find something, you know, around that, that would work. So it's a very general statement, but I mean, if you don't like what you do, why are you going to do it? I didn't think I'd like doing this. Frankly, I thought I'd be here for maybe a year and then I'd be on to my next business. But I'll tell you what keeps me here is I've worked with people that are disability recipients and they have conditions. And to see what they're able to do and to perform despite all of the health challenges that they have, it gets my ass out of bed. And that's why I'm here. That's one of the reasons. The other one is I love to help people get their money. That's definitely it. Okay, before I get too off track, let me see what some of these other work related questions are. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see. Willie volunteers helping immigrants get settled. Nice one. Um, okay. Okay. If you day trade stocks or crypto, does it count against the 970? Um, if you have investments and it's passive income, it's not, what's going to count is the amount of time that you put in, right? But you think about it this way: if you go and you make one trade and you kill it and you get a return on that investment is not um, the same as going to a job. Um, so it's the amount of time that you're putting into it. How is that tracked? Uh, it's tracked. I mean, generally, they're looking for 20 hours or less of activity, right? So that's a gray area that one falls into. But investments, similar to passive income, it's not viewed against the SGA. Okay, I have 2 work weeks left. Really cannot work full time. This is an interesting topic. I just want to spend a minute on this. And maybe it doesn't apply to you, but others out there. One of the biggest problems that people trying to embark on this disability approval journey is surviving the wait. So if you're out here working full time, or maybe you have other people in your family that are still working, um, you never know what's going to happen. It could be a car accident, COVID, whatever that takes you out. Maybe it's short term. Hopefully, it doesn't happen at all. But the problem that I'm pointing out here is the ability to survive that wait. To get from right now, if you're starting a disability application, the average disability applicant that we work with, they have a 47% chance of getting approved in 9.1 months, right? They don't, and it's going to take them 24 months to get approved. So, what do you do? And if you're still working, the best solution is to make sure that you have disability income protection, which is to buy private disability insurance if you don't have it offered through your work. Then you have money to pay for your mortgage, to pay for your car, if you have kids, food, all of that. You get about 60% of your income. And yeah, you have to pay for it, but it's a lot easier to have that income protection to get through the process. If you have to drop your health insurance because of financial reasons, then you're not able to get treated, then you're not able to get approved. It's a problem. So, for those of you that are working, I would take a look at that right away before you stop. Um, okay. Um, okay. Here's a question or a point here is, 970 is not much. If you've got a mortgage, you've got expenses and things going on. I hear you. I don't make the rules. I'm just here to help you folks play by them. And the disability process is really meant as a just a safety net to make sure that you have some money so you can live, um, and food, and that. And there are people that they've stopped working, and unfortunately they've been out of work for 5 or more years. they don't have any disability credits yet. I mean, it's based on your FICA tax, how much you've paid really in the last 10 years. And if you haven't worked 5 out of the last 10 years, you likely don't have any. So it gets even worse than, trying to live on a $1,350 check. Um, okay, don't have faith in Bitcoin and others. I hear you. That's speculation, in my opinion, as well. It was just approved. How do I take? All right, Matt, congratulations on getting approved. We offer a benefit review, so you can contact us if you're a member. We'll review your benefit, your award letter, make sure that your payments are in line, um, help you understand what you're entitled to for benefits when your Medicare kicks in. Oftentimes, I just read an award letter earlier today where this individual got approved and she is Medicare eligible in February. And so that's February will be the first month that they can she can take advantage of her Medicare. But they're taking $1,100 out of her past due benefits, thinking that she was Medicare eligible several months ago. It's crazy. So to just help you prevent that um, and other things. Okay, I'm reapplying after 4 years. Huh. Yeah, I gotcha. Just got bored. I want to try to work. Yeah. Um, does the amount that a person is trading count towards their assets? Um, I gotta go with yes. I mean, this sounds more like a tax guy question. I mean, I understand that if you're day trading and you're spending 4 or 5 hours, a week day trading, and that's what you're doing, and you're well below the 20 hours, and that income that you generate is from an investment, that's how that is looked. The SGA is clearly defined, if you will, if you're working a job. Like if you're working a job and you're getting paid $10 an hour and you're allowed to make up to $970 a month. Okay. So the investment thing is the time, but the return on the investment is is passive income. It's your money that's doing the work for you. Network marketing, yeah, I mean, if you're network marketing and you're putting time in and getting money out, that's going to count. But network marketing has a residual component to it. So that would fall into a category like you built a business and you're getting the revenue from it. Okay, some good questions here. Does anyone think it's a good idea to give up my life insurance in order to qualify for SSI? Ooh, uh, that's a tough one. I'm going to pass on that one. Um, okay, here we go. Okay, when you point to a video on the channel to communicate with and log my doctor's visits, I've been on SSTI for 6 years and I've been reviewed only once and want my doctors to keep better records. Well, kind of a fuzzy question here, but there's going to be more information. Actually, I have an interview coming up with Jim Brown, not the football player, but he's legendary in the disability world, to talk about disability reviews and what they are and what you do and how you get through them. But my word of advice that I've put on several messages is to understand how to communicate to your doctors so that you're packing your medical records full of evidence that will help you get your benefits and keep your benefits. And the one simple thing, um, there's an extensive interview on this with attorney Carl Osterhow, but the one simple thing that I'll communicate to everybody is just a general concept is that in your visits, you want to bring in a piece of paper and list on that piece of paper your top limitations. Five, maybe seven. Can't sit for more than 15 minutes, can't stand for more than 10 minutes, can't lift more than a gallon of milk, can't bend, stoop. I'm sleeping maybe 4 hours a night. I take 2 hour nap during the day. Um, and continue to put that in and make sure it gets in your medical records. Because if they're just listing the conditions, you have degenerative disc disease, some depression, um, that's unfortunate, but it doesn't communicate the limitations, what those conditions are doing on you. So, and this does tie into work because that's really the situation is that if you are working and you think for some reason it's going to raise a flag, well, you've got yourself covered because you've been doing the what you need to do in your 7 minute doctor visit that you get. So I've got time for one more question. Okay, this one's on Medicare eligible. um, once I'm approved, I have to wait 2 years before being Medicare eligible. Um, that's not exactly how it works. It is 2 months, or excuse me, it is 24 months from your uh, eligibility date. So if you got approved today, but you were eligible 24 months ago, and it says it in your award letter, you are eligible, what's today? 15th? You are eligible January 15th, 2020, then you would be Medicare eligible next month. It's not 24 months from if you were approved today. It's 24 months. Another way to look at it is after 24 payments. So if you received a bunch of back benefits, right? Let's say your disability check is $1,000, just sake of example, and you received $24,000 in back benefit pay. Well, that's 24 months that you've been eligible for disability, so you would be Medicare eligible. It's another way to look at it. If you come through and you do a benefit review with us, provide us with your award letter, at least the first page of it, so we can see it. We can walk you through all of that and help you understand it. Um, okay. Yes, you can get Medicare and Medicaid. All right. So listen, the time that I have, I'm 3 minutes late, but I'm sure they'll understand. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. If you have some feedback or other topics that you would like to learn more about, that's what I'm here to do. Um, just post the comments here or on other videos on our YouTube channel. It's super helpful for me to understand how I can best serve you folks. And again, if you like the work that we do and are not subscribed to this channel, we invite you to do so. Ring the bell. If you're not a member, join us at thedisabilitydigest.com. If you're somebody that does have questions, concern, or maybe you've been a member for a while and you haven't done a recent evaluation, we haven't gone through and evaluated your benefits and help you understand where you're at, what you might be entitled to, just reach out to us. So, anyway, make it a great day. Happy Friday once again. Usually I'm here on Fridays, unless we get a lot of snow and I go skiing or something else. But just stay tuned. I'll post it and it'll be available for you. All right. Make it a great day. Be well.